In this video we'll talk about Amazon selling events or different occasions Amazon creates for Amazon sellers and brands to boost their sales. So events like Prime Day, Black Friday, Back to School and a few others. We will be talking with Mari B. She is the co-founder of Amazing Agency based in Madrid, and Amazing Agency is also part of the BrandHero Amazon FBA aggregator company, and we are filming here now in BrandHero's office in Portugal, south of Portugal. Hello Marivi, it's nice to meet you. Could you please introduce yourself and tell us what you do and how you help Amazon sellers?
Hi, my name is Marivi Hernandez. I'm the co-founder of the Amazing Agency, an agency that was born 4 years ago in Spain, and in charge of all the helping sellers escalate their sales in Amazon. We are Amazon-centric, so we only work the Amazon marketplace. And I'm the co-founder. I'm in charge of all the operation stuff. Since December, we integrated ourselves in the BrandHero company. And what we do is we just offer, our services to the ones that we acquire in order to escalate them really quickly.
And actually we're recording this interview inside the BrandHero's office in south of Portugal, but you're from Spain, right?
Yes, we are from Spain, although the hub is in Madrid. But we come, frequently here to Portugal. And obviously, we cover, the marketplaces. So we offer the services around Europe, around US, around Mexico. So we've been working for more than 100 brands. So absolutely, we are a really good experts, in Amazon.
So you have very big experience in marketing Amazon brands, and I wanted to talk to you about all these kind of special events run by Amazon, like Prime Day, Black Friday. This is the most known, but there are a few more. Could you give just random names of this name? I know that when I heard these names of events, some were new to me. Could you just name some of them?
Yes, okay. So in Amazon, there are special events. There are like the common events, like Mother's Day, Father's Day, that's the common ones. So those events also happen in Amazon. But there are special events such as Prime Day, that is a very exclusive one. Back to School, that is, it's in September. So, and there are also, some events, done for verticals, for example, like the Beauty Week or the Spring Week. So that's more focused about, if you are selling in a certain category, you have, a special week that the Amazon is gonna try to generate more traffic, to that vertical. And it's a very good option for sellers, to go on, and make promotions and absolutely escalate their sales.
You mentioned a few of these events. Is there a website by Amazon to see all these upcoming events, like that you can match your category to there? Like any tips?
It's a little bit tricky, to have it, like Amazon sometimes, if you are a seller, that they don't share, a lot of data. But sometimes they publish these events, in the Seller Central platform. So just take a look at that, in the news. But there's also an option, to go ahead and to know that when you assist to Amazon webinars, there's a lot of webinars, free webinars, Amazon offers, for sellers that are free of charge, that you can assist. And over there, they always share, these types of tips and vertical events, okay? But I can't assure you they're going to share it or not. From our side, because we work with vendors and sellers, so there's another format, to work in Amazon, not only about seller but vendor. Sometimes at that point, Amazon shares this document, to you. So we are aware of them, but it's not easy to find out. Mm-hmm. But to make sure, just visit around, because you will find it, the document is over there.
Let's talk about Prime Day. What are the main reasons sellers should think of Prime Day as an important day for them in terms of, sales and like?
Yes, Prime Day is an event that it only takes place in Amazon, so that's really great. Obviously, because it's an Amazon-only event, Amazon pushes a lot in advertising. So really what they are looking for is like to increase traffic, during this day. So for a seller, it's a very good option, to try to scale sales because there's going to be more traffic. So obviously there's more possibility to sell your products. Additionally, people, it's celebrated in July. We don't have the exact date because it's a big mystery, okay? Mm-hmm. But obviously, from our experience, we know it's going to be in July, by mid-July. We don't have the exact date, but it's really a good moment, to sell products because people are looking for vacations, for holidays, and there are some jobs, that you have, this extra salary, during that time. So it's like a good moment, to consume. So as a seller, it's really important to take advantage of the increase of the traffic. This doesn't mean that you have to participate, let's say, like to put everything in the oven and just, go crazy about it, and go ahead with a lot of promotions and stuff. It's more about taking advantage of this potential increase in traffic and also that they are looking forward to consume. So it's really great. So we can talk about, like how to participate in that, but as a seller, my recommendation is you must be there. And you have to take advantage of the opportunity Amazon is giving to you.
And what are usually the requirements for Prime Day?
As a seller, you can participate in Prime Day. With your products, with your catalog, but there are certain promotions you're not going to be able to activate if Amazon does not allow you to do so. For example, if you want to go ahead with a promotion or with a coupon, it's fine. You can do whatever you want. But if you want to appear, in the offer section of the Prime Day stuff, Amazon is going to require you with which product, and he's going to ask you for a certain amount of discount to your product. Sometimes the discount is so big, you can afford it. But don't panic about that. It's not that you have to participate, or if not, you're not going to be able to get gain of the traffic increase. No way. You can activate other promotions. Amazon is not going to require, big discount. So basically, if you have a good strategy, you know exactly, which products you want to push, and you have the stock, to let's say accept the demand that you are looking for, it will be great.
So what data sellers could analyze in order to take advantage of these like special, events, Prime Day, Black Friday? There are a few more events we mentioned. So yeah, something which they can boost their sales. What should they analyze?
Yes, what we recommend when you participate in any event of Amazon is to take a look at what happened last year. So there are a lot of data, under the Seller Central platform. Reports, okay, so just analyze the reports on sales, what happened, during last year. And if you haven't participated because you were not selling at that point, just take the feeling, about what are you looking for, or what do you want to really sell, in order to organize it. But if you have the data from last year, just take, what happened last year, which product had sales, which was not, if you activated any promotion, if it worked or not. And also take into account what happened in advertising if you push the promotions in advertising. Because advertising will provide you basically, either the keywords that work well and also the performance itself. And then taking that information from the advertising platform and from the retail platform, just to analyze what came from advertising and what came from retail, it will give you, like an overall spectrum, like saying, okay, fine, this is what it worked last year. Let's take the learnings, let's apply them this year. And obviously, what it didn't work, don't go ahead with them, don't repeat it, okay? So if you have the history, if it's new and you are new, in Amazon, I say that take the feeling, but which products are gonna work or which products are not. And also take into account, this happens, in certain months. So basically, take into account if your product is temporary, a good option. For example, if we are saying a sun cream, don't go in Black Friday with sun cream because no one's going to buy sun cream. So, so take into account, this type of issues, in the catalog in order for you to push exactly which products you should. And also, as I said before, don't panic about the discounts. So basically, people are going to buy, they are willing to buy. So don't panic about, like going crazy or your competitors, pushing a lot, because sometimes the key is not to reduce a lot the price, but just make sure, that you cover, the whole funnel.
And what about the lead times? What is your recommendation to be ready for Prime Day, for Black Friday?
Okay, because everyone's talking about, for example, Black Friday, that's the last Friday in November. So everyone's like, okay, I have to be there that day. People investigate and traffic increases 2-3 weeks before you know, the event. So why don't cover this lead up phase, okay? And just activate a promotion test. You know, we say in Amazing that this is the testing phase. So everything that you are looking for, you know, for Prime Day, test it, you know, weeks before, because you can learn. And just take the learnings of what it works, push them, you know, in the event itself. And also, don't forget to cover the lead-up phase, because there are people, I don't know, you know, in Spain, you know, we did like we forget a lot of things. So the people like, oh my God, yesterday was Prime Day, so what happened? Or yesterday was Black Friday. You can cover, you know, those days, you know, the 3-4 days after the real event or the day of the event, because I mean, there you have a good option to get these people that are willing to buy. You can reduce, you know, the amount of promotion that you are giving. For example, if you are giving 20% in Black Friday, you can just go ahead with a 5 promotion or a 10 promotion. And absolutely, perhaps you're gonna sell more because there's not a lot of competition competing with you, and you're really more attractive to the customer. So make sure that you cover the lead up phase 2 weeks before the event itself, and also the lead up phase, because sometimes you're going to sell more in the lead up and the lead out, obviously, than in the Prime Day.
Also, usually Amazon has some deadlines for shipping goods before Christmas and Black Friday.
Yeah, that's another thing, you know, and that's regarding Black Friday. If Black Friday happens, you know, in the, let's say, the months where people really, you know, increase sales, or they say that 100% of the sales, they concentrate, you know, the sales on those 3 months. So what happens, you know, like the warehouse is absolutely full. So for example, if you are selling toys, that is a very, let's say, temporary, you know, everyone buys toys, you know, in Christmas. We recommend, you know, to deliver the goods before the end of September. Why? Because, I mean, if you just, you know, let's say you get lazy and you just send it, you know, only 2 weeks before, perhaps there's no space for you to deliver them. So just, you have to make sure that you have the right stock and you deliver the stock on time. So it's much better to, you know, to send it 1 month before expectations in order to be able to cover it. And if there's any issue, you can have the time, you know, to solve it, than rather, you know, do it the last minute, because you are going to have problems about that. And I mean, the space is the space. So, so if you are a seller, you are the one who decides when are you going to send the product, and you have, you know, the storage limits and stuff. But if you're a vendor, you know that, so Amazon is selling on your behalf. Amazon is going to guarantee that what they're going to ask you, you're going to have space. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, you have to be more, you know, intelligent and go ahead and try to save, you know, possible issues about that.
Do you have some events which are happening only, let's say, in Europe, but doesn't happen in US?
Yeah. I mean, most of them are very similar. You know, they changes the day. For example, you know that Father's Day, you know, here in Spain is in March, and in the US is in June. So it's more about, you know, the change of the dates, but the event, it happens like that. So it will only change, you know, like the timeline. That, for example, back to school is an event, and it's really important event in Europe. It's in the first weekend of September. But in the US, schools start at mid-August. So at that point, the back to school event only happens in Europe. It doesn't happen in the US. And what the US does is, because Prime Day is in July, there's not enough time. So what they do, they include this back to school stuff, they include it in summer sales. Okay, so that would be typical. Or for example, there's an event in the US, Halloween. You know, Americans, you know how to celebrate Halloween. So how they understand Halloween in the US is not something, you know, that happens in Europe. So, but it's different, you know, the behavior itself.
And this back to school, what kind of categories usually?
Well, as the name says, back to school would be like, you know, like products, you know, for school. And also there's a lot of clothes, you know, wardrobe and everything. Yeah, like, you know, socks, t-shirts and stuff. All these office materials, you know, a lot of. And also, you know, there's a very, 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 it's a category that works right. It's about the sports category, you know, like about yoga and all that stuff, because, you know, that after summer, everyone wants to get fit, you know, and they start like, okay, I'm willing to go in September to reduce my, I don't know, to be, you know, more healthy. So that vertical really works great. And also this nutritional products, you know, like to lose weight and stuff, they have a very big about that, you know. Yeah, it's really
During the back to school event.
yeah, the book event, we do have a client that they sell, you know, diet things, you know, like bars, cereal bars, and whatever, you know, and it's incredible. The first 2 weeks of September and in back to school, how they increase their sales. You eat and you drink a lot in summer. Okay.
And talking about these other special events, there are some events for pet supplies, right?
Yes. Those are the vertical events. For as an example, you have the pet event, you have the coffee week, you have the spring week, we have the haircut week. So that's more about the verticals itself. But for example, the pet one that you mentioned, this has been a test because the pet vertical has increased so much, you know, during the past year. It's one of the verticals with more potential in Amazon. So they just tested, you know, to see if it worked or not. But it only happened in the UK. So it's like sometimes, you know, when they try to create an event, they test it, you know, in one market and see, you know, how it works. And then they just, you know, extrapolate, you know, to the rest of the countries. This year, it has been the pet one has been only in the UK. So we won't be able, I mean, if you sell in UK, you can participate, but if you're not in the rest of the countries. But Spring Week is fantastic. So, you know, it's more about regarding Easter. And for clients such as people selling products for the gardens, you know, like showers or pools or whatever, it's a very, very relevant event. And at some point, it can be more important, that event, that a Prime Day one or a back to school one.
And let's say if there is a event for pet category, do you think other category products should also take advantage, or it's possible to take advantage?
Yes, I mean, it's possible because you're gonna receive increase in traffic. So for example, I do have a dog. So if I have a pet event, you know, and I'm just looking for a toy or whatever, I'm gonna visit Amazon, you know. And now that I'm in Amazon, why don't I take advantage of that? I mean, and I buy different things. Prime Day, for example, it's like everyone talks about, I'm going to buy a TV or a tablet because those are, you know, products that are really expensive, and we are looking for a good discount or opportunity to buy them, you know, at a lower price. But we have the experience, and last year, for example, one of the products that sold most in Prime Day was a detergent. A detergent. We managed that. It was one of our clients. I mean, they were top 2 on sales. So, I mean, it doesn't matter, you know, it's like you have the traffic, people are looking for offer or special. It doesn't matter if it's only a pet one or whatever. You are there and you're willing to consume, so why not? So people just take a look, you know, to other categories if there's anything that are relevant and it's an opportunity, and they buy it. So it's really, you know, the detergent one is really good because they sold so many units. You know, we'll be amazed about that. They have detergent, you know, for the whole year. But it was a really good opportunity because it was a very premium brand. So why not? I mean, you are there. For example, if I go now and I'm looking for something, you know, it's like, you know, I would just think, okay, I'm gonna look, you know, this vertical too because I'm looking for something, if there's an opportunity or not. So, and I'm willing to pay to buy. So, take opportunity.
So, if there are some Amazon brands who need help with marketing, or maybe to get your advice about upcoming events on Amazon, what's the best way to find you?
I think you can go through our website.
Yeah, the link below.
A website, or, you know, just through BrandHero also, you know, so that's not a problem because we are the same. And obviously, okay, I just really recommend, you know, to read our blog because there's a lot of information over there. But any issues, website, you have a contact name, and for sure in 48 hours we will contact you and we will provide you with information needed.
And in general, what kind of service do you provide for Amazon brands?
Obviously, because we only work for Amazon, only the marketplace, because there's a lot of agencies that work for a lot of marketplace. We only position ourselves on Amazon. Amazon is quite complicated, you know, to cover, you know, the rest. We offer, you know, we can just, we offer, you know, the full service. So we work on the content about little pages. We work on retail about promotions, data analytics and stuff in order to take, the correct decisions in order, to scale sales. And we also offer the advertising. So we create the advertising strategy. We set up the campaigns, we optimize them, we control them, we report them. And also that's a good advantage that because we are advanced partner with Amazon, we work really tight together with Amazon. So that's a good opportunity. We participate in a lot of betas, and things that are trying to come, from the US and implement in Europe because US is more advanced, And obviously we have the DSP license. That's another, you can do advertising inside Amazon and outside Amazon. We have the license. And that's something, that you only can do it either through Amazon or through an advertising agency, but there are a few agencies that have it. We do have it. So I really think it's a good opportunity. But basically we offer the full service, but you can contract, whatever you want. If you have a content need, it's no problem. You can just hire, the content stuff. If you have a retail problem, we can just offer you consultant, and execution on retail. And if you just need advertising because you have someone, internal, in the company that does this job, we can just offer you, managing your advertising accounts. So no problem.
Perfect. So you will find the links below in the description. Thank you very much, Mariví.
Thank you very much, and have a nice day. I go ahead with events.
I hope you had some useful information from this chat with Mariví. If you want to connect with her and her agency, check the link below in the description. It's an amazing agency in Madrid, and you will find also the link to BrandHero below in the description. And now I would like to invite you to watch the video where 3 Amazon experts are talking about Prime Day, the very important selling event for Amazon sellers in summer.